Good morning, students. So, in the last class, we have seen about this chapter. I already give you a brief introduction regarding this chapter, that is interior of the earth, and there we have seen about how you can or how we can imagine about the earth. Is earth is a solid ball or a hollow from inside? Then we have looked or we have tried to find out that earth has a three layer and how we know about the interior of the earth. Nobody can able to go inside the earth. So earth radius is around 6000 kilometer, and at max Indian or the world scientists are able to fetch a deep of 12 kilometer. So just 12 kilometer human being are able to reach, and total radius is around 6300 kilometer. So how the different evidences regarding the interior of the earth are considered. Then we have looked into the two type of forces or processes, endogenic and exogenic processes and forces regarding the interplay. These forces, these processes are responsible for the current landscapes. These processes are continuously shaping the landscape of our earth surface over a different time. An interplay of these two processes or these two forces are responsible for the current landscape. So we have seen that what are these two forces, how endogenic forces affect the earth surface, how exogenic forces have an impact over the earth surface, as these two forces are responsible for the current layout. And out of these two we cannot ignore the endogenic forces, because the major changes or the complete change in landscape is mainly due to endogenic forces in a long run, because these forces are sudden and this will give a huge impact over the earth surface. So earthquake, volcano, these tsunami, these are the endogenic forces. These forces are because of movement of the different plates on the surface of the earth, lithosphere, and these forces have a huge impact over the earth surface. So it will, if some type of force exerted from beneath the earth, that will completely reshape the earth surface, like the volcano in case of Kathmandu. So Kathmandu volcano completely changed the landscape of Kathmandu. So all these things have already been discussed. We also seen about the three layer of the earth: crust, mantle, core, and core has two part: inner core, outer core. All these things already have been discussed in the last class. So earlier also in the previous chapter also we have noted that earth forming material has been distributed in the form of layer from the crust to core, three layer. And now it is interesting to know how scientists have gathered the information about these layers. So it's okay, from the very junior classes we are seeing that earth has three layer. So how the scientists are not able to even reach 12 kilometer inside the earth. The real question is that how scientists have gathered these information that earth has three layer, and what are the characteristics of the three layer. Means core कैसा है, core solid है, liquid है, fluid है, then mantle, then crust. Even crust is up to the depth of 100 kilometer. So we don't even able to reach inside the core as well. So core may be exactly upper part of core we are able to see physically, but what is beneath that limit of 15 किलोमीटर. 15 किलोमीटर के नीचे क्या है? up to 100 kilometer. From 15 to 100 kilometer, what are the things? So this chapter will deals with all these things. So firstly, in today's class I am going to start with sources of information about the earth interior. So information about the interior of the earth. Earth radius is approximately 6300 kilometer. Exactly it is 6370 kilometer. And forget about the center, no one can even reach up to a depth of 15 kilometer. So maximum extent of 12 kilometer has been reached, and that also by applying all the technology of the world. Scientists all over the world spacely started an exploration beneath the earth for the purpose of reaching inside the earth. So it's like a spatial expenditure has been given, spatial technology has been used. Even after that, we are only able to reach up to a depth of 12 kilometer. So no one can think of, or no one can try to reach the center of the earth and makes observation and collects samples of material from inner surface of the earth, like from the mantle or from the cores. So there is very difficult thing. We cannot even able to penetrate, or we even able to cross earth cores. So topmost layer ही क्रॉस करना बड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. But even then, scientists are continuously trying to observe and find out the ways, and they are now even showing that earth has 3 layers and all these things. So we all have wondered about the fact that how scientists tell us about the earth interior and the types of material that exist even at such depths like in mantle and core. So most of our knowledge about the interior of the earth is largely based on some sort of estimate and inference. So nobody went there. So whatever things are coming out through the volcanic crater or other observation, some direct or some indirect observation, based on all these things we used to try to get an inference or try to estimate the things that what is beneath the earth, what is in the interior of the earth. So our knowledge about the interior of the earth is largely on the basis of estimates and inference. Yet a part of information is obtained through direct observation and analysis of the material. So what is saying? It is saying that all of our knowledge, maximum of our knowledge is like indirect. Nobody went there and nobody see the things in the deep of the earth. But even then some of the evidences are direct, and that evidence are like from the volcanic origin. वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन के थ्रू जो लैंड के ऊपर कुछ चीज़ें मिलते हैं, लाइक उसके जो मटेरियल वॉल्केनिक क्रेटर से निकलता है उसको स्टडी करके या फिर अदर एविडेंसेस को देख करके, दैट थिंग्स आर अ पार्ट ऑफ डायरेक्ट सोर्सेस. तो वी यूज टू कलेक्ट दीज सोर्सेस and these are some part of the information obtained directly from the beneath the earth, and these are called direct observation. So firstly, starting with the direct sources, the most easily available direct sources is solid earth material in surface rock or rock we get from mining area. So surface के ऊपर कुछ कुछ rock मिलता है. Thing is like there is a continuous process in developing the current landscape. So it's like one mountain is there or one land is there. Over a time this part get eroded, then this part also get eroded. So there is this is a erosion and deposition is a continuous process. So it's like over a time, like 1 lakh year ago the earth's surface was this one, and right now after erosion, surface after surface, surface after surface, right now we are here. So it's like the present topmost layer, earlier it was beneath the earth. So whatever things found on a top layer at present, that was a source of evidence that in earlier time it was beneath the earth's surface. So this is one of the direct evidence that whatever present things or material is there on the surface of the earth, those things and those materials are a kind of direct source of study for the scientists, as it was or it may be earlier that these things are inside the earth's surface in the past. Same way we used to do mining, mines are there. So whatever evidence and whatever material collected near to mines, that are also a kind of direct evidences, but all these things are not that much deeper. Okay, so gold mine is a deepest mine of the world, and gold mine of South Africa are the maximum deepest mine in the world, and it is also approximately 3 to 4 kilometer. So South African gold mines, which is the deepest mines of the world, one of the copper mine of Chile, that is also one of the deepest mine. So metals, mining of metals in different part of the world are deepest in the world, and that is also up to 3 to 4 kilometer deep only. So these mining and something over the some rocks over the surface of the earth are like few few of the direct evidences regarding the material or the analysis of material about the earth's surface. But these two up to a limit of 3 to 4 kilometer only. Going beyond this depth is not possible, as it is very hot at this depth. As we move down over the surface of the earth, temperature increases. As we move down, what happens? Temperature will increase, at the same time pressure will decrease. It work like a piston वाले केस में हम देखते थे कि ये जा रहा है और इसके ऊपर यहाँ पिस्टन लगा रखे हैं. सो पिस्टन, जितना पिस्टन को प्रेस करेंगे नीचे की तरफ जाएगा, मॉलिक्यूल्स विल गेट टाइटली पैक्ड, इट विल इंक्रीज प्रेशर एंड इंक्रीज टेम्परेचर एज वेल. सो सेम वे अर्थ के नीचे जितना हम नीचे जाएंगे, हाउ मच बिलो वी रीच, temperature as well as pressure increases. Firstly temperature increases, then pressure also increases, and ultimately temperature further increases. एक तो टेम्परेचर अंदर जाते ही इंक्रीज करेगा, प्रेशर के कारण और टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा. सो इट्स लाइक डबल. ओके, सो फॉर physically for human being it is very difficult to reach below the limit of 3 to 4 kilometer because it is very hot at this depth. Scientists have taken up some of the projects to penetrate deeper depth to explore the condition. So scientists or geographers usually do experiments. So they tried to went beyond this depth, and they tried to look into the details that what we find below this depth, and that's why they put up huge expenditure in this exploration just to go deeper and deeper inside the earth. So scientists world over are working on two major projects. One is deep ocean drilling project and integrated ocean drilling project. What it means? It means that scientists are exploring and try to reach deepest point of the earth's surface, and that's why they took up two major drilling project. One is deep ocean drilling project. As the name suggests, this project is inside the ocean. Same way integrated ocean drilling project is also there. Okay, the deepest drill is at Kola in Arctic Ocean. So Arctic ओशियन में सबसे डीपेस्ट गए हैं. व्हाट इट मीन्स, अर्थ का अगर सरफेस को आप देखोगे, इफ यू वॉच इट क्लोजली, इक्वेटर से आर्कटिक ओशियन इज लाइक नियर टू नॉर्थ पोल. नॉर्थ पोल के पास है आर्कटिक ओशियन. सो दीज एरिया आर्कटिक एरिया इज ऑलवेज फ्रोजन. सो इट्स लाइक सबसे ज़्यादा जो कोल्डर क्लाइमेट होता है दैट इज इन आर्कटिक रीजन. सो दे स्टार्टेड दिस ड्रिलिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट हियर. वाई? बिकॉज देखो वही कॉन्सेप्ट है, जैसे जितना आप डीप जाओगे, हाउ मच यू गो बीनीथ द अर्थ सरफेस, टेम्परेचर विल इंक्रीज, प्रेशर विल इंक्रीज एंड अल्टीमेटली अगेन टेम्परेचर विल फर्दर इंक्रीज. तो उन्होंने इसीलिए अपना दिमाग लगाया और कोल्डर एरिया को सेलेक्ट किया कि टेम्परेचर घटने के बाद भी दैट विल गिव एटलीस्ट वो एक्स्ट्रा जो -240 डिग्री है उसका वो वाला मार्जिन इनको देगा. अगर इक्वेटर पे शुरू करेंगे ड्रिलिंग, सो यहाँ तो स्टार्ट ही होगा अराउंड 20 डिग्री सेल्सियस से, बट यहाँ जो ड्रिलिंग स्टार्ट होगा वो -240 डिग्री सेल्सियस से. सो एक्स्ट्रा जो ये 240 और 250 डिग्री का जो टेम्परेचर इनको मिल रहा है, मतलब यहाँ सरफेस पे 240 होगा, तो आप हो सकता है कि जब तक आप 20 डिग्री पे पहुँचेगा यू ऑलरेडी वेंट एक्स्ट्रा 2 और 3 किलोमीटर. ठीक है. So इसीलिए they selected that area because that area is colder and even after dropping temperature they have an extra margin and they can go even further miles. So the deepest of the project are Deep Ocean Drilling Project and Integrated Ocean Drilling Project, and deepest drill till now is at Kola in Arctic Ocean. So Arctic Ocean में Kola is a place which is the deepest place. Till that limit in the human being has reached beneath the surface of the earth, and we as far even at Kola reached a depth of 12 kilometer. So it's like even at the Kola, even after applying that much technique, modern technology, enough of money, world over scientists are behind that, even after all these things we have reached up to maximum limit of 12 kilometer. Okay. There are many deep drilling project, and which have provided a large volume of information through the analysis of the material collected at different depths. So this is one way of direct sources that we physically try to drill the surface of earth. तो हमने नॉर्थ पोल पे जाके, जहाँ टेम्परेचर सबसे कम है, वहाँ पे जाके एट मैक्सिमम 12 किलोमीटर तक हम पहुँच पाए हैं एंटायर ह्यूमन काइंड. एंड ये 12 किलोमीटर जो हम पहुंचे हैं ड्रिल करके, यहाँ से भी बहुत सारे डायरेक्ट एविडेंसेस रिगार्डिंग द थिंग्स बीनीथ द अर्थ सरफेस वी गैदर्ड द मटेरियल एंड थिंग्स एंड स्टार्टेड एनालाइजिंग ऑल दीज मटेरियल एंड थिंग्स दैट व्हाट इज बीनीथ द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ अप टू अ लिमिट ऑफ 12 किलोमीटर. ओके. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर देयर. बट अनदर बिसाइड्स दिस, हम 12 किलोमीटर तक ही गए हैं तो 12 किलोमीटर तक की चीज़ों को पढ़ सकते हैं, बट बिसाइड्स दिस अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट एविडेंस और अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट डायरेक्ट एविडेंस इज वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन. सो वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन फ्रॉम अदर सोर्स ऑफ ऑब्टेनिंग डायरेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन, एज व्हेन द मोल्टन मैग्मा और द लावा इज थ्रोन onto the surface of the earth from the volcanic crater during volcanic eruption, it becomes available for laboratory analysis. So it's like whatever comes out of the crater, volcanic crater, so we try to analyze these things, that from how much depth these things are coming. These things, whatever magma is there, are coming from how much depth. So it will be difficult exactly to also ascertain the depth of the source of these magma. So as I already told, that earth lithosphere is completely a kind of solid one. Okay, so this part is solid. After that they are floating over a fluid. So this layer, after that this layer is kind of semi solid or semi liquid fluid. So magma जब भी आएगा तो at least वो इससे तो आएगा ही आएगा. मैग्मा है, सॉलिड पार्ट से तो मैग्मा आ नहीं सकता, So at least connectivity must be from this layer. और हमने बता रखा है कि इसका डेप्थ थी, एज वी सी लिथोस्फीयर का डेप्थ ही 100 किलोमीटर है. इट्स लाइक 100 किलोमीटर वाइड. सो एट लीस्ट मैग्मा इज कमिंग आउट फ्रॉम द 100 किलोमीटर एंड मोर डेप्थ. एग्जैक्टली इट इज डिफिकल्ट टू असर्टेन कि वो जस्ट यहां से मैग्मा जो है वो यहां से अपलिफ्ट हुआ था या यहां वाला था. अगर ये चीज पता चल जाए तो वी कैन रीच अप टू अ डेप्थ ऑफ 2900 किलोमीटर. वाई? मेंटल पढ़ाए थे ना, मेंटल अर्थ कोर इज अराउंड 100 किलोमीटर. दिस इज 100 किलोमीटर and mantle is up to a depth of 2900 kilometer. Or between this part it is upper part is bit solid. upper part is solid के बाद fluid स्टार्ट होता है और up to 2900 it is completely semi solid, semi fluid और semi liquid. सो अब ये लिक्विड जो मैग्मा निकला है, लावा निकला है, वो यहां से निकल रहा है या यहां से निकल रहा है, ये असर्टेन करना वेरी डिफिकल्ट है. अदरवाइज लावा कैन इवन erupt from a depth of 2900 kilometer. So from 100 kilometer till 2900 kilometer, the exact source of the eruption of magma or lava can be or may be from a depth of 100 to 2900 kilometer. So it is very difficult to find out from where it is coming out, but this is volcanic material is also a kind of direct sources of exploration. Okay, now these are only this part, whatever we mined or whatever we drilled as a project and whatever we see or study or analyze through volcanic eruption is the direct source. Other than these, other are the indirect sources. So now we are moving towards the indirect sources. Just see one by one. Analysis of the property of the matter indirectly provide information about the interior. What it means? It means that any material which is because of any reason which comes out or which comes out over the surface of the earth or which comes out near to the surface of the earth, we can analyze and study this material and we can try to fetch a indirect information about the interior. So through mining activity we are able to know that with the increase in depth from the surface of the earth, temperature and pressure increases, which keeps on increasing as we move more and more interior and deeper beneath the earth surface. So what we understand? We understand here that जैसे जैसे आप अर्थ के beneath जाओगे, जितना आप नीचे जाओगे, तो यहाँ का टेम्परेचर से ज़्यादा यहाँ का टेम्परेचर होगा. जितना आप नीचे जाओगे टेम्परेचर विल कीप ऑन इंक्रीजिंग, प्रेशर विल कीप ऑन increasing. It is also known that density of the material also increases with depth. So as the pressure is increasing, so pressure increase होने के साथ density जो भी material मिलेगा उसका density भी नीचे की तरफ ज़्यादा होगा. It's like lesser dense, same material is having a lesser density here and same material is having a more density here because of increase in pressure, increase in temperature. So all these things resulted into high density. कोई चीज़ है, आप एक कॉटन है, कॉटन को आप कॉटन के ऊपर आप एक किताब एक बुक रख दो, सो कॉटन दबेगा. और कॉटन के ऊपर आप क्या करो कि पूरे आपका जितना आज से 100 बुक्स रख दो, क्या होगा? कॉटन पूरा का पूरा सिकुड़ जाएगा. डेंसिटी ऑफ कॉटन विल इंक्रीज. 1 बुक के कंपेयर में 100 बुक्स रखोगे तो डेंसिटी विल फर्दर इंक्रीजेस. दैट इज द, जितना आप प्रेशर बनाओगे, जितना ऊपर से भार दोगे, उतनी ही डेंसिटी ऑफ मटेरियल विल कीप ऑन इंक्रीजिंग. ओके, सो दिस वे इट इज पॉसिबल टू फाइंड द रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ दीज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. So with depth, what is happening with depth? The density of the material beneath, same type of material beneath the earth increases. So this is, in this way it is possible to find the rate of change of these characteristics. Knowing the total thickness of the earth, scientists have estimated the value of temperature, pressure and the density of material at different depth, and by analyzing the material they can try to gather the information with reference to the each layer of the interior, and we will discuss all these things later on this chapter, where we will see into the details different layer. So it's like by analyzing the material of the world magma lava, scientists are trying to fetch that how much denser it is as compared to same type of material which is less denser, and some means साइंटिस्ट क्या देखेंगे कि वॉल्केनिक क्रेटर से निकला हुआ दो मटेरियल को उन्होंने कैप्चर किया. सो दीज टू थिंग्स आर सेम थिंग, बट वन इज मोर डेंसर एंड सेकंड वन इज कंपेरेटिवली लेस डेंसर. तो फिर उन्होंने एनालाइज किया कि ये मटेरियल कितने टेम्परेचर पे रहा होगा, कितने प्रेशर पे रहा होगा, सो दैट दिस वन इज मोर डेंसर कंपेयर टू दिस वन. सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ एनालिसिस, जो फिजिकली देखो पहले वो 12 किलोमीटर तक उन्होंने जो एनालाइज किया था उसमें उन्होंने देखा था कि यहाँ का मटेरियल और यहाँ के मटेरियल में डेंसिटी का डिफरेंस है. सो फिर इन्होंने देखा कि यहाँ का टेम्परेचर अलग है, यहाँ पे प्रेशर अलग था कंपेयर टू यहाँ और यहाँ के टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर के. सो सेम मटेरियल का डेंसिटी यहाँ बढ़ गया. क्यों? क्योंकि डेप्थ इतना बढ़ गया था, बिकॉज डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द अर्थ सरफेस वॉज इंक्रीजिंग. सो दैट्स वाई ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस ऑब्जर्वेशन दे फाइंड आउट कि विथ इंक्रीज इन हाउ मच प्रेशर, और कितना प्रेशर बढ़ेगा और कितना टेम्परेचर बढ़ने पे कितना डिस्टेंस बढ़ रहा है. सो उन्होंने एक एनालाइज कर लिया अप टू 12 किलोमीटर से, उन्होंने एक रेंज बना लिया कि हम अर्थ के बीच में जब इतना डिस्टेंस चलते हैं, इफ वी ट्रैवल सो मच ऑफ डिस्टेंसेस लाइक x किलोमीटर, देन टेम्परेचर विल इंक्रीज दिस मच, pressure will be this one, and ultimately it will turn into the high density of same kind of material to the extent of this one, this much. So it's like surface से नीचे जैसे जा रहे हैं तो कितने डिस्टेंस पे कितना टेम्परेचर, कितना प्रेशर बढ़ रहा है और उसका क्या कंसिक्वेंसेज हो रहा है ओवर द डेंसिटी ऑफ द सेम टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल फाउंड नियर टू द surface of the earth. And this way, by analyzing the two type of material came out of the volcanic crater, उसको एनालाइज करके वो पता लगा लेते हैं कि ये चीज कितने डेप्थ से आया है और उसके बीनीथ का क्या चीज है. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि 3 लेयर है. सो मेंटल है 2900. सो मेंटल के नीचे वाला कुछ पार्ट भी मैग्मा के साथ अपलिफ्ट करके ऊपर आ जाता है. अर्थक्वेक आया, अर्थक्वेक विनीथ अर्थ सरफेस, कोई अर्थक्वेक आया, यहाँ पे अर्थक्वेक आया. सो इट्स लाइक यहाँ पे ये वाला चीज ऊपर आ गया और ये वाला चीज नीचे चला गया. लोकली इट कैन बी, इट्स नॉट लाइक इन इंटायर अर्थ, बट लोकल लेवल पे कुछ अप डाउन हो जाता है. अब जब वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन हुआ तो अपने साथ कुछ मटेरियल नीचे का भी लेके आया. सो बाय एनालाइजिंग दैट कि ये भी सॉलिड पार्टिकल है, दिस इज नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ मैग्मा, दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ सॉलिड पार्ट, और सॉलिड पार्ट में इतना डेंसिटी हाई है. अर्थ क्रस्ट जो 100 किलोमीटर तक का है उससे बहुत ज़्यादा यहाँ के मटेरियल का डेंसिटी हाई है. सो दे कैन एनालाइज कि अच्छा, सो इतना डेंसिटी कितने डेप्थ पे हो सकता है और वहाँ का टेम्परेचर क्या होगा जो इतना डेंसिटी ये शो कर रहा है. सो बाय एनालाइजिंग दिस थिंग्स दे कैन फाउंड कि नहीं, दिस थिंग इज कमिंग एट अ डेप्थ ऑफ 3000 or more kilometer. So this way, these are the indirect method of analyzing the things that we will discuss later on in this chapter. Another source of information are meteors. So meteors are extraterrestrial bodies. So आसमान में कुछ चीजें चलता है. You heard of? It's like smaller asteroid. So meteors usually moves through the sky and sometimes they hit the surface, sometimes they reach the surface of the earth. So extraterrestrial bodies are there. So these meteors are another type of source which gives us information about the material made beneath the material with which earth has been made. So meteors are made up of same type of material as that of planets, as that of asteroids. So it may be noted that the material that become available for analysis from meteors is not from the interior of the earth. The material and the structure observed in the meteors are similar to that of earth. These meteors are the solid body developed out of the material same as or similar to our planet. Hence it become very easy, and this become another source of information about the interior of the earth. So how meteors become the source of interior of the earth? Meteors can be as small as like a boulders. सो meteors का साइज बड़ा डिफर करता है, बहुत बड़े भी हो सकते हैं और बहुत छोटा भी हो सकता है. तो जो स्मॉल meteors एग्जैक्टली क्या होता है कि these meteors आर पार्ट ऑफ द आवर सोलर सिस्टम एंड समटाइम्स दे हैव अ बर्निंग टेल. सो पीछे की तरफ उनका जलता हुआ टेल होता है. एज these are a kind of solid body just made up of same kind of material of which our surface has been made up of, and when they strike the atmosphere of earth surface they started burning. ठीक है, तो जब अर्थ के एटमॉस्फेयर में आते हैं तो बर्निंग टेल हो जाता है और ये बर्न करते हुए अर्थ पे की तरफ आते हैं. तो जैसे जैसे ये बर्न करते हैं इनका साइज और छोटा होते जाता है और मैक्सिमम जो है बहुत सारे मेटियोर्स ऐसे होते हैं जो हवा में ही जल के खत्म हो जाते हैं. सम ऑफ देम आर एबल टू रीच द अर्थ सरफेस. सो अर्थ सरफेस पे जो मेटियोर रीच करता है उसका साइज बड़ा छोटा होता है एज कम्पेयर टू अर्थ के साइज से. सो अर्थ के नीचे तो जाना डिफिकल्ट है ना, वी कैन नॉट गो बियॉन्ड द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ. लेकिन इस मेटियोर्स जो छोटे साइज के होते हैं इनके इंटीरियर के बारे में हम जान लेते हैं. एंड द वे ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन, और कंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं बोलेंगे, जैसे कि ये मेटियोर्स उसी तरीके से बने हैं जिस तरीके से हमारा अर्थ बना है. इट्स लाइक आवर अर्थ इज ऑल्सो मेड फ्रॉम द same type of processes as like of that meteors. Some materials are there, they started combining and revolving around each other over a long period of time. They combine to form a single solid body, and whatever materials are near to this single solid body, over a long period of time they also gathered or attached towards the center of this single solid body. So same way the process is same, like a star is formed, like the planet is formed, like the asteroid is formed, same way meteors are also formed. They have a burning tail because they strike the atmosphere of some larger body, and once they strike they started burning because of friction. So हम अर्थ के अंदर तो 12 किलोमीटर तक ही डील कर सकते हैं, बट ये मेटियोर्स का मान लो टोटल रेडियस ही 12 किलोमीटर का है. सो वी कैन इजिली फाइंड आउट कि इसके डिफरेंट लेयर्स पे क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं, व्हाट आर द मटेरियल अवेलेबल, एंड दिस वे वी कैन हैव अ आइडिया दैट अर्थ सरफेस पे भी इसी तरीके का 2-3 तरीके का लेयरिंग होगा. मेटियोर्स में भी वो देखें साइंटिस्ट हैव एक्सप्लोर्ड दैट कि मेटियोर्स में जब आप डीप पे जाते हो तो थोड़ी दूर तक सॉलिड पार्टिकल है, देन सेमी फ्लूइड इज देयर, एंड फर्दर बियॉन्ड इफ यू गो देन इनर पार्ट में अगेन अ सॉलिड कोर इज देयर. So this way they fetch the information. This is another kind of, exactly they can't say, but this is another source of information which tells us about the interior of the earth. The another indirect evidence or indirect sources includes gravitation, magnetic fields, seismic activity and gravitational forces. So all these things, gravitation, magnetic fields, seismic activity is other indirect sources of information. The gravitational force is not the same at different latitude on the surface. We all know that अलग अलग एरिया पे अलग अलग लैटिट्यूड पे ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स का वैल्यू चेंज हो जाता है. इट इज़ ग्रेटर नियर टू पोल, लेस एट इक्वेटर. क्यों? बिकॉज वाई इट इज़ सो? बिकॉज इक्वेटर के पास ज़्यादा बल्जिंग है. इट्स लाइक नियर टू इक्वेटर near to equator, there is more material here, and here the thickness is comparatively lesser. So gravitational force is lesser here, and gravitational force value is more here. So same way, and another region is magnetic field. It's like near to pole there acts a magnetic field, and that will also impacted the gravitational g value, gravitational force value near to pole. So different places have different value of g. We all know that. This all things only because of distance from the center of the equator, which is greater than that of poles. So as I told, this value of g is more at the equator and less at the poles. Because why? Because Earth shape is not exactly this one. Earth shape is like this one, bulging at the equator, and pole के पास ये दबा हुआ है. So radius of Earth is larger at equator and lesser at pole. So this is like capital R. This radius is more, and this is small r. This radius is less. There is bulging at the equator. Equator पे bulging है और पोल की तरफ हल्का सा दबा हुआ है. इट्स लाइक इस साइड से रेडियस कम है और यहाँ पे रेडियस ज़्यादा है. So because of these things, center से there is different distances. So this is because of the distance from the center of the equator being greater than that of poles. So gravity value also differs according to mass of material. Formula is gmm by r square. So what is the value of m and what is the value of r? That will impacted exactly the value of g. Okay, so all these things are there. So the uneven distribution of mass of the material within the earth influences its value. Like अगर solid part में रहोगे, solid part में आप जब study करोगे तो you will find that value of g is more. Why? Because m की value वहाँ पे ज़्यादा होगी as compared to liquid or fluid part. And same way distance will also matter. How? देखिए, this is earth crust, solid part is this one up to 100 किलोमीटर. So यहाँ पे क्या है exactly, अगर मान लो आप इस solid part को आप study कर रहे हो, इस part को आप study कर रहे हो, so यहाँ से यहाँ का radius और फिर यहाँ पे जो material है उसका mass. Formula is gmm by r square. M is earth's total mass और this m is the mass of the smaller material over which you are finding the value of g. ठीक है, r square and r is radius. So ये mass का value अलग होगा और ये r distance भी अलग होगा. अब इसी चीज़ को आप कंपेयर कर रहे हो एक लिक्विड फ्लूइड से, मेंटल का पार्ट. अब मेंटल के पार्ट से आप स्टडी कर रहे हो तो ये r अलग हो जाएगा. दिस इज r2, तो r2 हो जाएगा और यहाँ का फ्लूइड का मास भी अलग हो जाएगा. सो दैट्स वाई ओवर अ डिफरेंट लेयर से जो भी मटेरियल आपको मिला है अलग अलग प्लेसेस से, उन सब का g का वैल्यू विल डिफर. सो उन सब के ऊपर जिस भी पोजीशन से वो चीज़ आया हुआ है, जो मटेरियल हम स्टडी कर रहे हैं, द मटेरियल साइंटिस्ट आर ऑब्जर्विंग देयर वैल्यू ऑफ g एट देयर पोजीशन इज डिफरेंट. एंड जैसे जैसे g का वैल्यू डिफर करेगा वैसे वैसे उनकी डेंसिटी पे उसका इम्पैक्ट होएगा. सो इट्स लाइक on the basis of the exact value of g, their density also differs. So uneven distribution of mass of a material beneath the earth's surface influences the value of g. The reading of gravity at different places is influenced by many other factors as well. These readings differ from expected value. So sometimes because of some other factors, exactly ये g का वैल्यू उसी रिदम में नहीं चलता. यानी कि ये एग्जैक्ट ये फॉर्मूला लगा के ऑलवेज आप जब वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करोगे, दैट विल नॉट करेक्ट, बिकॉज जी विल डिपेंड अपॉन अदर फैक्टर्स एज वेल. सो कभी कभी देयर इज सम slight diversity is there even, but overall this is remain constant. So such a difference in studying the material of different places or the value of gravity at different places are called gravity anomaly. So normally g का वैल्यू इसी फॉर्मूले के हिसाब से कैलकुलेट होना चाहिए, बट समटाइम बिकॉज ऑफ डिफरेंट फैक्टर्स रीडिंग कैन बी डिफरेंट एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड ग्रेविटी anomaly. And gravity anomalies gives us information about the distribution of mass of the material in the crust of the earth. Besides gravity, magnetic survey also provide information about the distribution of magnetic material in the crustal portion. So magnetic survey और magnetic lines को भी study करके we or the scientists try, geographers try to find out the exact information about the things available beneath the earth's surface. Another source of information about the distribution of material beneath the earth's surface is seismic activity. So earthquake से जो seismic wave निकलता है, that is also one of the most important sources of information about the interior of the earth. Hence we shall discuss that seismic activity or earthquake in details. So we will see this topic seismic activity or earthquake in the next class. I am stopping today's class here itself. So okay, bye bye, see you in the next class.